chapter and verse number 2. But before I read that, I want to give honor to my pastor and Sister Blankenship and Pastor and Sister Bembry. We are truly blessed. And before I get too much further into it, I want to give honor to my wife. Hebrews 12:2 says, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand at the throne of God. You may be seated. This is a notable quotable in what feels like a chapter of notable quotables. The writer here was discussing the battle with sin. And he was pointing out how they were not fighting hard enough. Most people believe this is written by Paul. We're not sure. And to be honest, there's so much meat in these verses. Normally you want to read more than one verse, and I couldn't do it. Just because I wanted to talk about everything else and not just what God sent me to talk about. I feel led to talk about looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. Amen. To me, when it says looking unto Jesus, it means using Jesus as an example. When it says the author, it means the writer. When it says and finisher, it means an ender. When it says of our faith, it means our beliefs, which is to state, to me anyway, using Jesus as an example, who is the writer and ender of our beliefs. This does not say the author and finisher of the faith, which would be interpreted in John Myers's anyway, using Jesus as an example, who is the writer and ender of everything we believe in. This is true, but it's not what the writer was saying. The writer made it personal. It's our faith. It's mine. It's my faith. It doesn't say, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our story, which again, being interpreted in John Myers's, using Jesus as an example, who is the writer and ender of my life. Now, this is kind of where we're trying to get to, but we can't get there until he becomes the author and finisher of our faith. God is a gentleman. He would never force himself into anything. We have to open the door. We believe in him and we have faith in him. Galatians, the 2nd chapter and verse number 20 says, I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless I live, yet not I, but Christ liveth in me. And the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by the faith of the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. He picks up where I leave off. He takes control when I relinquish it. My wife may complete me, but my God finishes me. When he is done, there is no need for anything else. When we hand it over to him, he makes it complete. He finishes it. Church, if we could learn to just let it go, let God deal with it. He doesn't need our input. He doesn't need us to finish it. He is the finisher of our faith. Be blessed, church.